Hello, Soul Fam. How are you? I want to thank you for coming to this reading. Have a sit down with me. I haven't a clue what this is going to be about. We're just going to go with it. We are needing to think outside the box. This card fell out as I was starting. So, something that we've felt really constricted within, bound, held within. So, before I get any further, I want to go ahead and say that some of my readings, and especially when I use like decks like this, they're kind of abstract, they're kind of metaphorical. You just have to implement them in your situation however they resonate, okay? So, without further ado, let's jump in and see what's going on with you. So, we have a construct of something here that we kind of feel like we're restricted in, like I was saying. We're bound to, and we're needing to peel back the layers on it. We're needing to peel it back. Like it's box after box after box after box before we ever actually get to the root of it. And it is in the reverse. So, yeah, there's that. Why is it in the reverse? Because this is something we haven't done. It needs to be done. And I'm getting a feeling of like we don't really want to. We're like dreading having to do this. Because it's, you have to, it's meticulous work. It's not something that you just jump right in and it's, take a knife, cut the tape, it's done. There's so many layers to it and you can't pierce the other layer. It's almost like you can't pierce through the other box. So it's very meticulous in the way that this feels, that we have to unveil what's hidden way down deep in the smallest of the boxes. Okay. Seeing the orphan and the flame. So what's hidden down in the box could very well be something that we orphan that needs to be relit. The orphan is something we've forgotten. It happens. And it's a flame that needs to be relit. Doesn't have to be, but it can be. Now we have the siren, and it's in the reverse. So this tells me that it's, when it's in the reverse, the siren isn't that sweet lullaby. It isn't a sweet sound. It's a siren. It's loud. So whatever we've buried down deep is now screaming to be let out. It is pulling all the stops. It's to the point where it's not going to allow you to forget that it's sitting there. The crone. It's going into the reverse, but it hasn't quite gotten there yet. So this tells me that there's someone in your energy that probably, if this isn't you, this could be you. It could be you. But I feel more like there's someone that has a little bit of knowledge, that has a little bit of information that would help. But it's kind of like an energy that doesn't, it's like you have to come to it and ask it before it's going to release the energy. It's not going to just pop up and say, here I am. So this could be, you're wanting the answers to something, and there's higher wisdom to be had within the crone, and that's from experiences. So maybe this is something we haven't experienced before, and it's something that we've buried away for a really long time. Here, I'll put these up here so you can see them. That we've buried away for a really long time. That really needs to be sought after because the information's there. And then we have the comic. This is the trickster. This is the illusionist. This is something that we have the tendency to allow disguise. This is like a disguise. So we've disguised it for too long. This energy, it's whatever we have that's under so many layers is we've disguised it in a way that now we can no longer disguise it. That energy is screaming to be let out, and you're not ready for it. For whatever reason, you're not ready for it. What deck should we use? This one. This is okay. So let's go ahead and see what's going on with this box. Tell me about this box over here. Five of Wands. Yeah, it's giving me the feeling of like something within a box, like a monster that's crammed like off in a box. And the box is over there wobbling. And I'm getting the feeling of like when we placed it in this box, it was a cute little fuzzy, nothing. I don't have anything fuzzy or cute, but it's just like a cute little thing that we put off in this box when we put it off in the box. It wasn't cute, I don't feel. I mean, because we wouldn't have stashed it away and then not wanted to relive it. But it was small. And it wasn't that loud. It was something that we thought we could come back to. No big deal. No harm, no foul, right? But it's thrashing with this Five of Wands. It's thrashing about and it's wanting to be released. The Siren. Two of Cups in the reverse. So I'm getting disillusionment. So kind of like a separation from the self. The split. It's like the masculine and the feminine within. This could be a connection, how it resonates, but there's a split between the two, and it's not coming back together. We'll find out more in a minute. Tell me about this Crone. Three of Swords. So the information, the knowledge from the experiences that we have is painful. So that's the reason why we're not wanting to open the box, is because it's a pretty good chance it's going to create some pain. And from our past experiences, I feel like with this Crone here, we really don't want to open that box, because in the past when we opened or attempted to do something like this, it did create some kind of pain for us. The comic. My hair got caught in there. We have the Six of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. So the comic did give us a temporary place to hold up, basically. A temporary place. It was just a Band-Aid. And we didn't want to rip the Band-Aid off. We didn't want to deal with it. And it's almost like someone could have, or something could have come in and actually offered up something in the form of something that was going to be substantial. Something that was going to be something you could count on. It was going to build. You were going to be able to work with it. And with this comic energy, it seems to me like it was a lie. It was a game. It was a trick. It was not. There was no truth. There was no validity in it whatsoever. The Five of Wands. Page of Cups, the Hangman. So this is something of the past with this Page of Cups. And it played a small role, but it played just enough role that it's almost like it gave you enough to hinder you in a way, to keep you suspended. So we're unlayering the box of all this chaos, because this is my chaos card. There's a lot of drama, chaos, right? And it's because of maybe something from childhood. There was something from our childhood. This could be an inner child wound with the Page of Cups and the Hangman. Could be an inner child wound, because that's something that could be buried between layers. So we could essentially look at the box with all its many layers, this box anyways, as the years have gone by, and we've kept, because it kept getting louder. The inner child wound kept getting louder. So essentially we kept putting it in a bigger box, putting it in a bigger box, putting it in a bigger box, and hoping to muffle the sounds. But now the sounds have gotten so loud that we have no choice but to uncover. We have to peel back those layers now. All those years that we've put it in a new box, now we have to take those layers off. Two of Cups in the reverse, please. Two of Swords. It's because we haven't reconnected with it. See, with the Two of Cups in the reverse, there's a lack of connection. There is no connection. So there's lack of contact. So we're not connecting with it. And it's wailing, it's screaming at us. It's really coming from the depths, and it's not going to let you let it go. It's not going to go unnoticed anymore. And it's there because you seem to be having some kind of road blockage that you're being met with, that you're needing to deal with at this time, and it actually does play a role. It actually does have a significant role in what you have going on. My hair keeps tickling my face, and I keep thinking, it's okay. What's this Three of Swords, please? The Three of Swords with the Crone. Four of Wands, the World. So your past experiences, it destabilizes. This is a destabilization that's going on, because you have the Three of Swords with the Four of Wands in the World. It completely, your life. So I feel like this inner child wound could be. It's like you didn't have a very solid foundation as a child. You moved around a lot. You didn't have a role model that was there all the time. It's like they interchanged. They weren't the same. Could have been in a boys' or a girls' home, an orphanage. Whatever this is, it was a destabilization, and it needs to come. It's coming back. It's coming back up for you for some reason. It's coming full circle now, and you fear opening it up, because in the past when you tried to open, and that would be a deep wound. I don't know. That would be a very deep wound to have to open up, and I would dare say that would be difficult to have to sit there and meticulously pull back the layers on that, and to reason with oneself, and to get right with oneself. But there's something around the home space, around your stabilization, the way you feel stable now, that's affected by this. And if you want to correct that area of your life, so if you're still struggling to have a solid foundation within yourself, even not even just on your outside, because if you don't have one within yourself, then you're not going to have one on the outside. So you're needing to. I'm not saying you're needing to. You can do it however you want. This is just suggestive. But it's really imperative at this point for you to sit with this and open up them layers and deal with that, so that you can stabilize yourself, because there's a new chapter that's opening up. There's something that's coming in, but this has to be released in order for this to come in. That makes sense? So if you're, let's say, I feel like there's somebody, we're starting a new life, okay? A life we've never had before, like the ones in our dreams, right? The one we dream of. And if you've come from a really bad, rough raising, and I did, so I understand. it can be very scary to step out into the world with a different set of eyes where we're not looking at everything in a wounded way. And that could be this inner child wound that's creating that wounded look, that wounded vision. And we don't want that. We really want to step out into the world and see it in a different way. With things as loving, not everybody's out to get you. Not everything's meant to be bad. So maybe this Three of Swords over here really isn't all that bad. Because if we actually open it up and we deal with it, we actually are able to close it out finally and finalize it in our life, and as having a role in our life, and we're actually able to move on. And I kind of feel like the road that you're on, the route that you're taking, is fixing to open up, is trying to open up, okay? But this child wound has to surface. We have to let it out so that we can release it in order for that door to fully open. Because at this point, I feel like we're just seeing a little bit of crack in the door. We're getting a sneak peek. We're getting a peek in it. Oh, we really want to go in it. But the resistance is there because this is too big to carry through that doorway. We can't carry it with us. What's the Six of Pentacles in the page? Okay. Yeah. Six of Wands. Something. Yeah. Six of Wands. The Hermit. You've misled yourself or misbelieved that you could never actually live the kind of life that you want to live. This kind of feels like you. Hold on, just 1 second, please. My apologies. Six of Wands, the Hermit. So, essentially, the comet could be the self-sabotaging way. Could it feel like we were tricked out of being successful? So there were certain things in your life that you really wanted to move towards, but because of this, that, or the other, we won't get into all that. There was reasonings why you weren't able to go after what it is you truly believed in. So this caused you to be detached in a way. You have successfully gotten to the point, I see here, you have successfully healed that aspect. Now it's about the reflection. Now we got to go a little deeper. Unfortunately, we have to go a little deeper sometimes. And this is you needing to go a little bit deeper within this. And actually understanding this core wound, this child wound that seems to be affecting you. And just the security within the self. Because I don't feel like this Two of Cups is like about a relationship outside of yourself. And generally these kind of readings are about the self. And I feel like if you're able to pull back those layers and spend some time really getting a better grasp that those things happen for you so that you could evolve to where you are now. And those things, yes, they are painful. Absolutely. I'm not minimizing that. Don't ever minimize them. That's what's got it to this point, honestly, is we've minimized it for too long. And now it's screaming at you. But we're needing to get to a place where we can actually be comfortable with it and sit with it long enough to understand it. Why does it keep coming up? Why is it keeping my life destabilized? Why am I not able to, and I feel like this came out in another reading. I'm get to this certain level and then I can't break through it. It's the way it feels. It's like I want to break through it. I try to break through it, but I'm unable to for some reason. Ten of Pentacles is deeply rooted. Absolutely. Deeply rooted. What is it? Let's grab a different deck. Deck shall be yours. Okay. It would be this one. So what is the advice for my viewer if they're experiencing this? What is the advice? Look at your accomplishments. Look what you have accomplished. Let's focus on that for a minute. Just for a minute. Just think about it. Think about the many things that you have accomplished on your own. Now, can you imagine yourself in a place where if this was released, this was no longer harboring you and hindering you and keeping you weighed down, how much more you could succeed? How much further you could go if you were able to release this? 6 of Wands, you can do it. You can do it. Absolutely. You can do it. Might want to enlist the help of someone else, a clinical a licensed therapist or something. I mean, I'm no licensed therapist, so this is a YouTube reading, but I can tell you from experience, they could probably help you. It's realizing that this needs to come up, realizing and seeing this and allowing the light of day to shine on it. And sometimes we're so tied to the emotions of when it was packaged and put in that box to begin with, that the emotions that come up are that of a child. And when I was taking some parenting classes when I first started having my children, and they taught us in those classes that you can't attach an adult motive to a child's intention, and vice versa, a child's intention to adult's motive. It's the two don't. Okay, so what you felt back then, the feelings that you felt back then, may not necessarily be as potent, and you may not actually feel that way now if you are to open it back up. You might actually find that it's still small, because if you look, the box hasn't gotten any bigger. The box has gotten bigger because we've layered it up, not because it's grown on its own. So if we separate all the boxes here, we'll find that it's still that small little thing. It's not a small thing, what you've gone through. I'm not minimizing that. But you're able to actually release it now because you're an adult now. And you're able to control and handle your emotions a heck of a lot more than when you placed it in this box many, many, many years ago. Trust in yourself. Trust in faith. You can do this. You can. And like I said, if you feel like it's too much, and I feel like for some of you, it might be too much. It might be difficult. You might need to seek some help. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with getting guidance from somebody that's seen a lot of cases or been able to help others in a situation like this. Yeah. You'll be closing it out. You'll be closing it out. I see it. And honey, it's going to feel so good when you do. Look at that. Look at that. There's that child, that inner child wound, that Page of Cups that I was talking about. Look at there. That's been buried down deep here in this box. Look at it. Does it look mad? It looks mad here. But does it look mad when it's riding away on that pony? No, not at all. Not at all. You can do it. You can do it. If you can just set yourself free from this, I see good things happening. A whole nother level. A whole nother level. Whole nother world. It's opening up. Just for you, babe. Just for you. You can do it. I have faith in you. And remember, you are loved. And you are awesome. Sorry for the heavy. I hope this did help. Leave in the comments. And if there's anything I can do to help, feel free to email me. And I will gladly do what I can. If you're needing help to find someone locally that can help you do a little research, whatever, because I know it can be very consuming and very, when you're dealing with something, you're fixing to have to go through this. Sometimes it can be difficult to have to ask, to do the research. And then you get all frustrated and you throw it away. And I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Been there, done that. So if you need somebody just to help, find the right avenue, the right doors. I got a few tricks up my sleeve. Wouldn't be doing this channel to help people like you if I didn't. Okay. Without further ado, toodaloo!